Hi, my fellow targeted individuals and patriotic Americans. I am doing this brief update status video to tell you how I've been doing lately. I haven't been able to talk to you all because I have been doing a lot of chores and been going outside. Yesterday I was collecting pine cones, green pine cones for a Greek pine syrup or a European pine syrup the Europeans make called Muglio or Mugolio. I'm using two jars of it that I'm making for biscuits, pancakes, grits, and French toast, and vegan breakfast sausages. Then the other one I'm going to use for coffee creamer. I made coffee creamer for myself yesterday for coffee I had this morning, and I'm not going to be using it until tomorrow. I made this matcha stuff with the pine needles. It tastes like matcha. I put the pine needles and almond milk and stuff in the blender, and it tastes good. And I put some spices like cinnamon and nutmeg and cloves in it, and it tastes like Christmas. It's very nutritious and I think even medicinal. I call it my pine needle Christmas or my pine Christmas coffee creamer and my pine Christmas smoothie. Uh, I'm trying it out to see if I can use it for detox purposes because it's like berberine. It has cinnamon and shit like that kills stuff and helps burning fat. And also, I'm going to be using it for seasonal stuff for like Thanksgiving and Christmas to drink that. And it'll be like eggnog, a seasonal thing like eggnog. I'm wondering if I can make a cream to put on top of my pumpkin pie made out of the pine stuff. And I think that might taste good to put the pine cone syrup in with my pumpkin. I have pumpkins growing down by the creek. I've been taking care of my mushrooms and plants that I have been growing down by the creek. And I've also been taking care of my garden that's beside my house. I want to show you my prickly pear cactus tomorrow. I've been drinking some alcohol to help me sleep a little bit to get the melatonin and the other stuff down because I learned that alcohol increases the effect of certain drugs. Usually sedatives and depressants, and I use sedatives a lot to get myself to sleep. I also put some pine needles, really soft ones, because they're very new, fresh things, in my washer when I was washing clothes, and also help get the hair and dust out of the place with its oil and sap, and the oil and sap attached to the pine needles, and it was kind of like a lint roller for the washer. But then when I put the clean clothes in the dryer to be dried, I saw a bunch of hair and stuff attached to the little pine needle I put in there to freshen it up, and my clothes smell good. I also put essential oils like lavender oil, tea tree oil, and Forgot what the other one was. Eucalyptus. And with my clothes when I wash them, because it's aromatherapy and it keeps ticks and waspers, mosquitoes, and other things I don't want on me at bay, because they get killed if they even breathe in the chemicals from those plants. And also all those oils, especially the pine needles, their oil and stuff is antimicrobial, and it kills all the germs on my clothes. And I like it when things are sterilized. I'm going to show you what I'm going to be putting in my coffee when it gets done making itself. The pine needles have a yeast on them that's like cooking yeast, and you can use it to ferment food and all kinds of stuff. I'm going to use it to ferment my Russian kale, my Russian red kale, and stuff with it, and put in peppers and stuff. And it would take a month or two for my pine needle syrup and everything to be fully fermented and good enough to use for breakfast, drinks, and foods. They also put Mugolio, but I just call it Muglio, and liquor. I'm wondering if what it would taste like in Haku vodka. This is vodka from Japan. It's made with 100% Japanese rice and with bamboo charcoal filtration, or through bamboo charcoal filtration. This is going to be something I put in my coffee. This syrup right down here is going to fill up to the top when it's done fermenting. And I want to put this pine needle stuff with a little bit of cinnamon in my coffee. And it's going to be the most healthiest and delicious thing I've ever made. I got myself some new plants at Lowe's. Show you them, but I gotta take my dirty socks off because I'm not putting my dirty socks on the bed. I got a new bamboo to put through this one. This is my brand new bamboo that I put right there. My Christmas cactus wasn't doing so good, so I had to put it in a new flower pot or plant pot that I made out of a Folgers coffee thing. And I painted it black and red because the black will keep it warm by absorbing the sunlight and keep the other stuff warm to keep the plant from getting cold to death. Then that right there is a amaryllis that seems to grow real well in my room and house. That my mom got me for 3 years and it's still alive. Surprised it's still alive. What else? I'm gonna be fixing those things up and making new things out of them to wear. I'll move my room around a little bit. I also got some pine needles to put up in my room, along with some ferns and a beech branch to decorate my room with. I thought these were hazelnuts and they were actually beech nuts and seeds. And I decided since I can't eat them, I'll use them as a decoration until they rot away. Then I have some ferns that I use as a decoration and also make my room smell like the woods. I have my lion's mane mushrooms growing right there. My oyster mushrooms growing in the hallway. Because I need to separate them so they don't send spores out to each other's territory, substrate. And I got some more pine needles over here. I use coffee containers and make pots and stuff out of them. Today, my brother was home and I had to do laundry today. I've been busy with a lot of things today. I've been eating and cooking stuff that needs to be ate and cooked before it goes waste because I'm getting really pissed off that a lot of stuff is going to waste. And I've been trying to use as much as it as possible before it goes to waste. My mom had to throw away a big container of sour cream last week that I could have used, and it could have not gone to waste if I actually used that. And an entire thing of blueberries went to waste because my mom or my brother, they didn't have the sense to not keep it on the top of the refrigerator where it will get damaged by being freezer burnt up there because it's colder up there, and put it down on the lower part of the refrigerator where it's more arid and where the vegetables and fruits are supposed to go anyways. They didn't put it down there. They could have done the bare minimum by putting it on the middle refrigerator part. One part of the refrigerator is broken, and that's the drawer of it. And my mom and my brother had to move it around weeks ago to make it organizable and better for use because the drawer got broken and it's causing a lot of confusion. And I need to rethink how I think about the refrigerator now that it's moved around a little bit more. I also haven't been able to cook it and stuff a lot because I've been sick and I've been having headaches and Havana syndrome symptoms and signs, and I've been having no-touch torture attacks by the perps doing this to me. I'm very sick of it. I would have been able to make this video tomorrow, but I felt that maybe tomorrow I should get some sunlight and do some things outside if it's nice out anyways. I have a hunch that it's going to be rainy again tomorrow, and on my phone there was a flood watch alert, and I don't know if that flood watch alert is going to continue on tomorrow. Wheeling, West Virginia got flooded and 7 people died during that flash flood, and I hope nothing bad happens tomorrow. From what I have seen in my yard, it's not flooding very much because I have so much knotweed and invasive plants growing by the creek that have always been there before I even was born. And my Papa Chucky has moved that creek around with a bulldozer and modified it to the point it can't flood at all. And I've been picking up trash and digging up trash and large scraps of metal out of the creek and getting sticks and logs out of the creek. That keeps the creek from clogging up like a clogged artery, like a blood clot. There's a lot of things still in the creek that I wish I can get, but they're just so big and I have to spend so much time digging them up. I kind of just told you everything I needed to tell you. But I think that I should go outside tomorrow and do some things if it's sunny and warm enough to do so, and not rainy and possibly even flooding. And that means I will not be on Facebook too much because of that. And also been having headaches, fatigue, and just feeling like shit in the middle of the day for some reason. I think it's because of the weather, not just because I'm being hit with direct energy weapons. The weather is just real messed up. Hot weather, sunny weather, and then floods and tornadoes and shit. Well, not tornadoes, but weather that looks like tornadoes would form, and lightning and stuff like that. But if it does flood tomorrow, I may not be able to talk to you. That is, if it doesn't cause electricity or internet problems. But if it doesn't cause internet electricity problems, I'll probably be on Facebook all day. And that'll probably be the only thing I can do tomorrow is be on Facebook and talk to you guys. And girl and gals. I also can't get to bed as early as I want tonight because I've been so busy all day working in the house on stuff that I needed to work on, that I was busy past 9 o'clock p.m. today. And I think the only way to make myself go to sleep is just to make a video for you all. And that might help settle me down and work my brain to the point it wants to shut off. Because it takes a lot of energy to talk on a video and just talk in general. And I decided that I would make this video because talking would help me sleep better. Usually I talk to myself and pretend I'm President of the United States of America before I go to sleep. Because that's the only way I can settle my brain down. Is to do that. I need to stimulate it, and I need to stimulate to death. And when I mean to death, I mean to sleep. Stimulate it to the point it just gives up being conscious and goes to the unconscious, subconscious, and the dream world, REM sleep. I try to do a lot of stuff like this. I've been studying at nighttime a little bit to help me sleep. And in the evening time to help me sleep, to get my brain to shut down And that's how I have been able to get a good night's sleep, is just run my brain down and to also run my body down. Yesterday I walked I walked a mile. I was about to say almost a mile because I'm used to saying that. But that would be an understatement. I actually did walk a mile yesterday. I walked a mile down Steer Lick, Rocky Road, and I walked all the way down to where the road and the creek meet each other. And I did that to see if there's pine cones I could collect for my Mugolio pine syrup. There wasn't, but there was plenty of mushrooms and trash to collect. And I met a man who lives down there who used to farm cows. He was a nice man, and he told me that I was a good girl for picking the trash up. And walking a mile yesterday made me have the most tranquil night's sleep tonight because I was so exhausted. But it also made my knees and my legs hurt a little bit. And I have a little bit of bruises too and scratches on them. And then the day before that, before yesterday, and the day before that, my mom and I went to go shopping. One day was in Charleston, and then the other was when I was at the doctor in Sissonville and stuff. And then another was in Ripley. I've been shopping a lot this month and doing a lot of things this month. And for some reason, every time my mom and I go anywhere, her sometimes, but especially me, we would get headaches and fatigue, and we would just feel like shit. It's like a torture chamber. Everywhere we go, and when we go for a ride, we just start to feel like shit. And I think we might be hit by something. I don't think it has to do with motion sickness or sinuses. This happens too often to be just regular ass run-of-the-mill stuff like that. Just can't be that. It has to be Havana syndrome. I don't have very much to tell you guys, and I have other things I need to do. I'll just show you my shirt then, because you can hardly see it. I'm an Avatar Last Airbender fan. I'm gonna go and take a shower and then go to bed. Talk to you later. Take care. And the weather will determine whether or not I talk to you guys a lot tomorrow. Have a good night, or whatever time zone you're in, whatever time it is that your time zone. Bye.